Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to the vlog. I hope the start of your day is truly incredible. And if there's one thing that I hope you guys know about me by now, is the fact is I love my animals. And I certainly think you guys know that I love the Reptarium, and I love everything that the Reptarium stands for. Education, entertainment, interaction with people, getting people over their fears, and I am absolutely obsessed over this place. And when I see this right here, I'm not actually seeing Lucy's cage, and I'm not actually seeing the tortoise pen. I'm seeing the entrance to 3.0, the expansion of the Reptarium. And obviously over the last few months, it's been plaguing my mind what to do, you know? How am I going to expand? This will be part of Reptarium 3.0, and there's still a ton of animals in here. We've taken care of the colubrid situation, but right now there is a lot of things to think about, and it's been driving me crazy, people. You know, because as much as I love those animals at the Reptarium, I also love the animals at BHB. After all, this is where I got my start, right? And I love these things, and what, you know, the idea of like what to do, how to make both things work, the Reptarium, the expansion of the Reptarium, but also have BHB work too. It's not an easy solution. And as we're getting into the boa breeding season and the python breeding season is coming to an end, it's difficult because I love these animals so much, and it's really been something I've done my entire life. But the fact is that if you want to move forward in life, sometimes you have to make very, very difficult and painful decisions. You know, I love when the misters are going off and I actually can look inside of the enclosures, whether it's chameleon enclosures, there's frog enclosures. I mean, these guys getting a good mist, it's amazing. But anyways, I digress. The fact is that what does that mean? You know, the fact is that it means I have too much stuff and not enough space. I mean, that's just the bottom line, you know? What am I gonna do? And I've been racking my brain for the last few months. How do I expand? How do I take over that last BHB space, but still retain BHB the way it is? And listen guys, it is so difficult, and it's such a hard thing that I have to really come to grips with, and there's only a couple possible solutions. And look who showed up, the TikTok star.
Oh,
Bruce.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, how's your foot doing?
My days of being Fred Astaire are a little bit over at this point.
Oh my gosh. So obviously Bruce isn't back to work yet, but he came to pay us a visit because he needed to see some animals. So
I had to see everybody here.
Exactly. Well, don't push it too hard, man.
Well, I got stairs to climb here, but
I know. He literally wanted to come downstairs to see the basement. So, all right. So be careful. All right. He'll be back soon enough, guys. Morning, Drogo. Oh, he's so sleepy. Hi, baby. Good morning. How are you doing, sweetheart? Are you doing all right? You're so sleepy lately. And the fact is, guys, I'm really excited because you guys know that I've been talking a long time about the fact that Jay and Laura can come in here and pet him, and he is so good. Well, lately I've been spending more time just coming in and spending time with him, and he doesn't seem to be being upset with me anymore. So, look, when I used to pet him like this before, he would literally try to bite me. Now he just seems to be really good. Sometimes when I pet him, he'll literally almost fall asleep. He's getting really cute, so I have to still keep working with him. And oh, now he's waking up. Good morning, Drogo. You gonna go for a little walk, buddy? But it's just about spending time with him and getting him used to me. Hi, baby boy. But I'm just happy that I'm starting to make a little bit of progress with him. Still have a ways to go, but definitely making some progress. So he is absolutely adorable. Lori, guess what? Drogo's loving me more than he's loving you now.
Why is that?
Because I've been going in and spending lots of time with him.
You're the one feeding him in the bed, making the big mess?
Yeah, but he's loving me. That's what matters.
He'll never love you more than me, but I'm glad he's liking you.
Probably true. Nothing tastes better than something out of a Bella Bananas mug. Cheers. But hey, having a Bella's Bananas shirt on is absolutely incredible too. But you know, you don't like blue? No problem. You can go really bananas and go banana colored with a nice yellow Bella's Banana shirt. Well, or if you're really getting cold, get yourself a nice hoodie. You know, 9 out of 10 people surveyed said their life was better after buying Bella Bananas merch. I don't know if that's true, but the link is in the description. Go ahead and get yourself for a limited time only. And that's really why we did the colubrid room in the basement, is because it solved one of our issues, right? It solved the opportunity for us to bring down colubrids down here into the actual dungeon area of Actually 1.0, believe it or not. So it's like a new dungeon, right? And this basically means that we can move all of the clubrids, and we have moved all the clubrids, and we freed up about 60% of the space in the upstairs. Now I'm pretty sure that I can figure out where to put the baby animals there too, so I'm okay there. So basically the upstairs of BHB, I think I have that one figured out, and we don't have to downsize it all there. We can keep, as a matter of fact, you can see there's some empty slots here. We can actually add animals over the next couple years, so that's a great thing, right? Check that off the list, get that off my brain, and I'm super happy that all the animals we have working with here, and even the ones that we're raising up for future breeders, have a spot here in the new basement, and I can keep breeding colubrids the same way as I've always done.
I like it.
I'm not saying I don't like it, Jay.
Yeah.
So, it showed you, so Lori.
Okay. So last night, I took a video of the place.
It's never
that
stopped.
we moved to. So we got big bathrooms. That whole place right there is a vet's office, so there's plenty of office space in there for gift shop stuff.
See, Jay knows that gift shop.
We get
But
that.
think of the
That
size
right
of
there
gift
could be a
shop
whole
you could have.
You could have a gift shop the size of this place. Yeah. Not interested yet. We'll take a drive there. Yeah.
Jay's pushing hard for us to move, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think so.
I don't have time. We gotta do it now. I'm calling family.
But this is really where the problem is. The dungeon is where I am having issues. I mean, I've spent the last few months just racking my brain. What do I do? I've got an entire basement that's full of baby ball pythons over here and different things, and then of course all of our adult ball pythons. The ball pythons are raising up for future stock. There's a lot of animals down here, and I'll be honest with you, the space is a major issue. We do still have the basement under 2.0, but as you can see, the basement under 2.0 is pretty full of things. Now listen, all this stuff can get moved out. We can get rid of this, we can finish storage for it. That's not a problem. But this stuff over here is the gift shop area stuff. That needs to be here. This is all our overflow, and the gift shop does really well at the Reptarium, so we need the space. Could we condense it more? Absolutely. Does it have to take up 3/4 of the basement? No, it certainly doesn't, but it does probably have to take up about 40% of this basement. Now this basement's the same size as a dungeon, but I have only about 60% of the space here to potentially move the dungeon into, which is definitely an issue. Which brings me to my point, which of course is the animals in the dungeon. You know, I love these guys so much. I mean, obviously this is the Lori leopard ball python that was produced the super Lori leopards, and you know, breeding ball pythons has certainly been something that I've done for so long, but I don't think I can fit these into the basement under 2.0, as I know I can't. I've looked at it every single possible way. The fact is that I think I have no choice but to sell down this part of the collection, because again, colubrids were good. It looks like everything else we're fine with. When it comes to the ball pythons and some other boids, I think that they just have to kind of get reduced. Now, I know some people will say, maybe you should just buy another building, but I always talk about quality of life. Right now I have so much going on, guys. I don't want another building. I don't want another responsibility. I don't want another location. I want to be here, and I want to really enjoy this. So I don't want to add stress to my life. I want to reduce stress in my life and really add things that I'm super passionate about. I'm still passionate about breeding snakes, but I'm also uber passionate about the Reptarium, and BHB isn't going anywhere. We're still going to have ball pythons, but I think what I'm going to end up doing, guys, is I'm going to actually breed the ball pythons and breed some of the other snakes, and as they're laying eggs, I'm going to put some of them up for sale, or the ones that decide not to produce this year will maybe go up to sale even quicker. I'll probably end up retaining about 50% of the ball python collection, and probably about 50% of the other boas and pythons down here. So if you guys are interested, keep an eye out. If there's some stuff's going to be available, reach out to us. We can talk, whatever the case is. It's going to hurt me because I love these animals. It's going to be so painful. I'm probably not going to be in a good mood while it's going down, but in the end, I know it's important. Sometimes you have to let go of one vine to grab the next vine, and I'm telling you, this next vine is going to make my life that much better. What an absolutely impressive snake. These Musarana rat snakes are starting to get some size to them, and just take a look at that, the black with the red kind of highlighting going on. Ooh, doggy, I tell you what, these things are incredible. And of course, to be honest with you, I really got into these for the pieds, but I'm going to be honest, the actual normal Musaranas might be actually my favorites, to be honest with you. I mean, they are absolutely stunning. But don't get me wrong, the pied musaranas are absolutely stunning animals. I mean, again, I've mentioned that when you look at the top 5 posts when it comes to snakes, when it comes to Instagram, pied musaranas, I think, are number 3 most liked on Instagram. That's crazy, isn't it? But nevertheless, I can see why, because they are pretty awesome. But like I said, the normal musaranas, I tell you what, they may be taking the cake for me. They are unbelievably cool. Then, of course, just because you guys probably follow along, this is actually the super pied musarana. Again, you know, in a way, it's almost not as cool because it doesn't have as much color to it, but it's still really awesome. I love the fact that it's going to be a pure white snake when it gets older, and that head should turn pretty much all black, and it's got the one blotch on the back that will be black as well, and they're starting to get some size to them. I'm really loving the way these things go, and once they start turning on, who doggy are they crazy when it comes to feeding. Now, I know some of you guys are going to say, Brian, don't go away from your roots. You know, what got you where you are today? And I understand that. You know, breeding snakes is what I am and what I've always been and will continue to always be. It's not like I'm walking away from it, but I don't adhere to that type of thought process, right? If you really think about it, if you're not willing to move away from where you started, you're never going to grow. You know, I believe that sometimes you have to walk away or at least move past something to get to something much bigger. Let me give you an example. You guys may have heard of a guy named Elon Musk, right? Well, Elon Musk co-founded PayPal, right? And he ended up selling PayPal and walking away from that business to start SpaceX, Tesla, and all the other things he's doing. Now, did Elon walk away from what his roots were with PayPal and not do what he wanted to do? He wouldn't have achieved all the things that he achieved if he hadn't walked away and let that vine go. Now, I'm not walking away from BHB, much like I'm sure Elon didn't walk away from everything in the past, and I'm certainly no Elon Musk. I'm not saying that. I'm giving you an example. I don't adhere to that type of thought process of that you don't leave behind some things to move forward in life. Sometimes the best thing you can do is to actually walk away from something, or at least move away from something to better yourself. And this is what I want to do. So yes, BHB will still be there. We will still breed snakes. A lot of snakes. We will still probably be one of the biggest collections out there. A lot of snakes. But it's going to have to be reduced, and it's going to be painful, and it's going to be hard. But I know it's the right decision because I know that we can bring so much joy and happiness to people here at the Reptarium if we expand. And the only way we can expand is to sell off some of our snakes. It sucks, but I'm trying to come to grips with it right now, and I need your help to help me come to grips with it because I want to make sure I'm making the right decision. But I think in the next few months, guys, it's going to happen. BHB is going to have to downsize, in particular in the ball pythons and others than boas and pythons. So I just have to get that off my chest, guys. Thank you so much for listening. A lot of it. I'm so happy. Finally, Lori is doing something she's supposed to do. Lori, you missed the spot over here, though. Make sure you get that
right on your face.
No, just make sure you get this all really clean. Watch out! Don't hit me! Take a look at, guys, Ben and Jerry actually shed out. Look absolutely incredible. I love the fact now we're actually doing an ABG soil, which is actually called Atlanta Botanical Gardens soil that is actually bioactive in here, and it keeps the humidity a little bit higher too, which is really good. And now they shed perfect. I mean, look at nothing at all, even in between their heads, perfectly good. That little wound that they got maybe a year or so ago is completely healed up now and look absolutely incredible. I just want to take a look at this. I can see a head right here. I can see both of the heads right there. Not perfect. Of course, they have to rip them in order to get them off because they're wide, right? But nevertheless, pretty cool. Probably one of the better two-headed sheds. I know Jay is going to love this because he's all about sheds and doing the new souvenir thing over in the gift shop with the shed. So I'm going to show Jay. He's going to be stoked. Hey, Jay, what's up?
Breakfast.
Oh, here, let me put this on top.
No.
Look at this. This is for you.
This is Ben and Jerry?
Ben and Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that good shed?
Hold on, wait.
It's pretty good.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's two head.
It's perfect, dude.
Yeah, don't say I never got you anything.
You still didn't give me Girl Scout cookies yesterday.
Oh yeah, that was a fail. Lori, I am so excited. I completely forgot about this. About, I think 2 weeks or so ago, I was over by the hissing cockroach cage, and I saw that one of them was like pooping out babies, like little nymphs. And then I forgot about him. I completely forgot about him. Last night, someone on the podcast said how many babies that they had, and there's a bunch of baby hissing cockroaches in that cage. How cool is that, huh? Do I have to press a play button at this point? No, they're so cute. They're little tiny nymphs. They're so.
Cockroaches are not cute.
Oh, these are cute, Lori.
They're invasive.
What? Invasive to what?
Everything. It's a cockroach.
They're in a cage, Lori. They're not getting out. No, do not mess with my nymph cockroaches.
Thank you for reminding me.
No! Don't. Lori, I hope she's joking. I hope she's joking. Don't mess with them, Lori. I love those little nymphs. And guys, you know how hard it is for me to make the decision to downsize animals that I love. I've raised these up since babies. It's going to be really difficult, but I know sometimes you have to make difficult decisions to make progress in life, and I know that this is the right decision. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, can you do me a favor? Here is a playlist right over here. You can hit one or two of those videos. It helps the channel a tremendous amount. Right up here, you can subscribe to my podcast channel. On this side, we are getting close to 3 million subscribers. Hit that subscription button and turn your post notifications on. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember, be kind to someone, and I promise I'll see you tomorrow.